In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to start a dropshipping store from scratch and turn it into an extremely profitable business, even if you've done nothing like this before. Now, I know you're probably super skeptical. However, unlike most of these so-called gurus who only make content to sell their course, I've been exactly where you are right now. Just a year and a half ago, I'd failed my 5th different attempt at trying to make money online. I was frustrated, broke, and honestly so ready to just quit and just get a regular job and live a regular life. But I decided to give dropshipping one last shot. Fast forward to the end of 2024, start of 2025, and I'm currently doing about 200,000 USD a month at just 20 years old. This isn't a brag, it's just to show you that I know what works, and I know, more importantly, what doesn't work. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through absolutely everything you'll need to start. How to find the right products, how to build a store that converts properly, how to run ads that actually work. By the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to master dropshipping in 2025. Real quick, before we get into the video, let's talk about dropshipping in 2025. Is it really dead? Let me ask you this. Do Amazon and TikTok shops still exist? Are people still buying stuff online? Of course they are. So no, dropshipping is not dead. It will never be dead. It is purely just a fulfillment model. You run an online business the same way Nike does, the same way Louis Vuitton does. You just don't hold an inventory. And sure, like the strategies people were using in 2017 are f***ed. They're dead. They're never gonna work again. Dropshipping will never die. It just keeps adapting. I believe that it is still well and truly the best business model for anyone looking to make you money and retire with millions of dollars in the bank. Here's why. Most online business models are like marketing agencies, OFM agencies, everything like that is purely reliant on your input. If you're not there to manage clients, the whole thing falls apart. That's called key man risk. What that means is that the business can't operate without you, and it never will be able to properly operate without your input. Ultimately, this means that you will never be able to sell your business for a huge exit. Essentially, you are stuck trading your time for money forever, right? Which is exactly why most people start trying to make money online in the first place. To make some money, but to have some freedom in their lives, which you will never have if you own an agency. Now, the first step is always gonna be to find your first winning product. What exactly is a winning product? I know this is a term that's just so rinsed. You hear it so many times when you're starting and you never really, it never really makes sense. It's not explained enough in my opinion. A winning product is simply a product that is gonna win. Sounds stupid, but that's all it is. There are products in hundreds of different niches that are just waiting for the right person to come and run ads for it, and they will do well. Your goal is to find these products, identify them, run them, and make money with them. It is super important that you gain an understanding of what a winning product is, because otherwise you'll be stuck in an endless circle forever. There's nothing more important. You could have the best ads in the world, the best website in the world, the best offer in the world. If your product's shit, no one's gonna buy it. It's that simple. There's a bunch of different ways to research products, find your first winning products. I'm gonna go over one of them now. The one I'm gonna go over is PP ads. I've done this in a couple different videos now, but I'm gonna go more in depth in this one. PP ads is a spyware. It shows you analytics on ads that have been run on TikTok and Facebook previously. This is gonna allow you to identify winning products quicker. It's pretty much just gonna show you a massive list of products that are winning. You get to choose period you wanna see those winning products from, etc. So I'm gonna go through that now. I'm gonna show you guys the exact filters, how I sort the products, and exactly what I look for to find winning products that do multi-6-figure months. Right, I'm on PP ads now. I'm gonna show you guys my exact filters, exactly how I use the software to find winning products. First things first, I'm gonna do is go to my sorting tool and I'm gonna change it to impressions. This is gonna show you guys products with the most impressions. They don't have the most impressions because they're the coolest. They have the most impressions because they have been the most lucrative, and these people have been able to scale them the most. That's as simple as it is. Stuff with high impressions has done well. So this is a great tool to sort by. You then want to go and set your number of ads to a minimum of 10. When someone starts scaling, they start going horizontal. So they're going to start, they see success on their product test in the US, so they're going to launch it in the UK, in Canada, and Australia. When you set the minimum ads to 10, you are going to catch people that are scaling. You're going to find products that are currently winning elsewhere, and that is going to give you the opportunity to catch it before it's too late and take it somewhere else. And this is up to you how you use this part of the tool. For the start date, let's find products in the last 5 days. Cool, so here we go. I'm just gonna go for a quick scroll and see what stands out to me the most. A lot of people will wonder, oh, why don't you just pick the top thing, right? It's got the most impressions. It does, but it doesn't stand out to me. I know all about eye color changing drops, and I don't particularly want to sell eye color changing drops from China. That to me sounds like a lawsuit, which yeah, I'm not super keen on. Stuff like this wireless CarPlay adapter, this lamp, this case, it seems a bit gimmicky to me. I look for something with a wow factor. I look for something with analytics behind it. So obviously I'm not gonna choose something I think looks cool if it has shit metrics. It has to have good metrics, something I think is cool, and something typically in a niche that people need rather than want. For example, this CarPlay device here, it's a need, it's not a want. This lamp is a need, not a want. For example, when I say need, people always need clothing, right? It's a human right, clothing. You know, the seasons are constantly changing, people are constantly growing, styles are adapting. People always need clothing. It's that simple. This is a very cool product right here, and I know this will do super well. I'd have to have a look at the IP because it does have the Italian FA crest. So it might not be something you can essentially run, but that stood out to me straight away because that's a cool top. I like that. Something like this as well is not something I'd run because I know the competition if I run that product. The competition would be Udi and David Fagati, and I'm not hyper keen to try and outbid him because I assume his budgets are pretty outrageous. So there's nothing that's super standing out to me at the moment. Nice. Basic cargo pants, right? These stood out to me straight away. They have this little crystal kind of effect in the jeans, right? So it's a simple product, but it has a bit of a wow factor. It's something a little bit different. People are always in need of jeans, right? That's a super common product to buy. So from this content, I can tell that it's definitely a winner. A big thing to look for and to make sure you look for when looking for winning products is an abundance of organic content that you can easily grab and repurpose to run your own ads. In this case, there's heaps. There's a bunch of different ads they're running and they're really eye-catching. This is just an example of them. Great product. So this is an example of a great winning product. Now we can see on here, this isn't 100% accurate, but they're currently selling it in Canada, Spain. So you could then take this exact same concept, this exact same product, and run it in the UK or run it in Australia. And that's exactly how you can use PP ads with these filters to catch trends and make a shit ton of money. You could also take this product and run it in those exact same markets that they are, but on Facebook. Because you know from their analytics that it's a winning product. You know you have winning creatives because they're right there, and you know that they win in these markets. So you can put a new demographic of eyes on it in Meta and give it a crack. That's the kind of products that are gonna help you win when you're starting dropshipping in 2025. This isn't the best way to dropship, not even close. Using spyware like this to find products guarantees that you aren't the first to a product. It means that you're not gonna have as much of the market share as you possibly could if you found a product for yourself and were the first one to run it. But for a beginner, this is a perfect way to start, get your capital up, get an understanding of e-commerce, making money online, and yeah, really start to build out your knowledge and your skills with e-commerce. Now we've got our product, it is time to gather some content for the product and build out our converting landing page. If this part is not done right, you're not gonna see any sort of results. This is super important, nowhere near as important as making your ads or product selection, but it's like closing the deal on the sale, right? You find a great product, you run great ads to the customer, they're super keen on it. They just have to see what they want to see on your landing page and they will buy it. So let's make a high converting landing page right now. Right, so what I'm doing now is going onto these websites. This is very obviously a dropshipping website. Yeah, Card by Shopify. It's a dropshipping website. So the person that's running these is another dropshipper. What we're gonna do is, because they will have content protection on, right? What that means is if you right click and save the image, it's gonna be distorted, the quality is gonna be meh. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna type image extractor. Copy their link, bang. Now we have everything on their website, whether it's hidden, whether it's a sizing chart, literally everything. So we're gonna take that and we're going to use these product photos for both our landing page, and eventually if you were going to scale this product further, you would use this for image ads as well. These are also super high quality images, which is really good. That's another thing you should be looking for. When you look for products, make sure that there is good content available for the product photos themselves. And if there's not, sometimes it's marginal, right? Then you can use apps like Canva, Photoshop, etc. to very easily sort of upscale them. You can, remove the background, put it on a white background, something like that, to make it look a bit nicer. There's different ways around it, but you should be trying to ensure that you find products that already have good product photos. I've got all that content now. It is time to build out a product page. I'm going to build this out on Shrine Pro. It is a pretty good theme. It is not what I'd use to brand a product, but it's a great place to start. There's also regular Shrine, which is, another great place to start. This is a theme that's pretty much impossible to make look bad. It looks really good. It is a bit limited in a few things once you start building out a brand around a product. But for testing products, this is a great place to start. I'd highly recommend this. It's super beginner friendly. I'm not paid by Shrine at all. In fact, I don't use Shrine on my store, but I used it for like 6-7 months last year, and I made hundreds of thousands of dollars using Shrine Pro. So it's definitely a great place to start. So we're gonna go create our product template. Create a new template for every product, by the way. A lot of people just keep editing the default one and it'll just eventually f your store up. So now that we have that template set up, we're gonna quickly go to the products and we are going to set it up. So Crystal Embellished Jeans. Price. Going off their price is a good indicator. A lot of people will refuse to run products until they've spoken to their supplier about the cost of a product, etc. This game is all about speed. It's all about efficiency, right? Who gets to the winning products fastest wins. I know based on their upfront, which is 46 NZD, I assume. I'll just double check. Yeah, NZD 46. And then the shipping price doesn't really matter. It's gonna be around $10, I assume. I'm gonna check anyway, but yeah, exactly, so $10. So they are selling it for a total of 55 New Zealand dollars. I'm gonna quickly work out exactly what that is in US. They're selling it for a total of 30 US dollars, which is pretty low. I'm gonna assume then that their COGS for this product are around $10. Why am I assuming that? Because no one is really gonna run a product with less than a $20 margin, because it's hard to be profitable with less than a $20 margin. So I'm now gonna copy their upfront pretty closely. I'm actually gonna do $29.99. Never set the compare at price more than 50% off if you're on Meta. That's gonna flag your shit straight away. Your ads are gonna get rejected because it thinks you're grifting. And to be honest, if you're setting it more than 50% off, you pretty much are. So now we're gonna set up different variants. We have a denim pair. Just to show you guys how you can do it. You can easily, instead of adding denim as a color, you can easily just unlink it. That's probably about right. Select values, blue. Cool. Now we have denim and black. Black's obviously an easy one because it's a default. Sweet. Now we are going to upload our product images. The reason I'm doing this, adding images to the variants, is because when someone clicks on that variant, select it on your store when it's finished, this is the image that it's going to bring up. So you obviously want to represent the color that they're choosing. Another idea for this, the reason I've chosen these two ones particularly, is because they're similar. You want two ones that are similar, right? So when they are choosing between the two variants with the selector, they can see them in a similar light. If you had two completely different style of images, it would just look a bit weird. Cool. Make sure to untick track quantity. That's going to you up. I've had so many times where I've forgot to do this. I've just chucked in 100 quantity and I've been running ads with the product marked as sold out. So yeah, do not do that. Now it's all done pretty much. That's all I'm gonna do. Once it's saved, I'm going to assign it to the jeans template, save it again. Add the rest of the media. And what I'm gonna do for this now is order it so it's one color at a time. So when they're scrolling through it, it's gonna be linear, it's gonna be smooth progression. They're gonna see all the denim ones, then the black ones. They can make their decision from there. Cool, so now we've got that. Right, now for my favorite part, let's build out a high converting landing page. Right, the reason I suggest Shrine Pro is because it's such a good base to build on. It has everything you need. This is my default. This is literally it. A lot of people overcomplicate the fuck out of landing pages. Like I said before, this is the last step of the journey for the customer, right? You've found a great product, you've made great ads. When they come to your landing page, that's the peak of their interest in the product, right? They've clicked off their little TikTok doom scroll or their Facebook doom scroll to have a look at your product. All you have to do is show them what they want to see, what they want to hear to make them buy it. A lot of people will do like 9 sections, 35 paragraphs about why the product is the best thing and that the quality is X, Y, Z and it's better than designer pants and all this bullshit. All that is doing is taking away buying intent and impulse, which are your best friends, because if the person is not acting on impulse, they're just gonna Google this same pair of pants and realize they can probably get them on AliExpress for cheaper or whatever. So you have to act on impulse. You have to utilize the customer's impulse when they get to your landing page. So I have it very simple. I have a ticker up the top, horizontal ticker up the top. This is available with most themes. This is just to create a bit of urgency. So I'd say 50% off, sale ends midnight. Easy. Reviews, just do whatever you want. Probably gonna set it at about 4.5. I'm gonna leave that. Here we go. We have the variant picker. This theme has swatches, which are cool. They look cool, they're pretty. So that's a good idea there too. One thing I would recommend is a bundle. Obviously you have to work out your cogs a lot better than I'm doing right now to do this. But if you can offer like a buy one, get one 50% off, set it at a, you gotta be really strategic with your pricing. You want to have the lowest possible upfront so that your ads are super appealing. But the lower your upfront is, the harder it is to implement a BOGO, a buy one, get one, right? Because if you have a low upfront and a lot of your margin comes from your shipping, with Shopify, shipping only, it's a flat rate. Like, so say they order one product or 37, they're gonna get the same $10 shipping fee. Unless you get a bunch of apps and add product weights and do a bunch of stupid shit. So if you're making a lot of your margin in the shipping for one product, it's hard to run a BOGO for the second because you're gonna have almost no profit. Even if you can eke out $5 of profit from a bundle offer, it's a great idea because it's so much more enticing and it's just gonna increase your AOV and your profit per order, which is it's gonna mean you can scale a bit further. This store, obviously it's just the TWA info store, so it doesn't have Shopify payments enabled, but make sure that dynamic checkout buttons are shown. This is so helpful. A, makes it easy for them to get straight to your checkout if they're super impulsive. B, it's gonna show Shop Pay or Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever, tailored to them. It's gonna make them a lot more trusting of your website if they can see a payment processor that they know, that they trust. So make sure that's on. I literally just have a quick little row here. Just enter your basic shipping details here. You can get ChatGPT to write you up a shipping policy really quickly. So yeah, I'd just say 1 to 2 day processing, 5 to 10 business day shipping, whatever. Just whatever you are running. And then I just have 2 image of text blocks here. The first one is gonna be talking a little bit about the product, just very, very briefly. Like I said, don't go into a horrific amount of detail because you're simply gonna overdo it and you're gonna get them bored and the impulse is gone and they're gonna leave. Second block is gonna be talking about the deal. This is sort of nearly the last thing to close out the landing page before they get to the bottom. So reiterate how good of a deal it is. This one here, we're selling it for 50% off. So it would be focused around that offer. And if you had a BOGO offer, it would be focused around that. Then testimony. 3 simple testimony. If you can go onto Pinterest, AliExpress, wherever and find reviews of the product or people wearing it using photos, taking those photos and reviews and using them on here is epic. Like that's the best way to do it. If you don't, just leave some basic feedback that sort of answers the questions that you would have about the product, right? So for this one here, it's got the little crystal things on it. I'd probably talk about how I've put it through the washing machine 10 times and none of the crystals have fallen off. And then I'd have another one talking about how the size fit perfectly and another one about how many compliments it had. That simple. Another thing, make sure you have a sticky add to cart. That's another thing. It just means that, because you gotta remember, when they've come across your website from an ad, there's gonna be a big fat X right here to quickly leave your website. And sometimes when they get to the bottom of the page, it is more enticing to do that and get back to their For You page or whatever, than to scroll back up and actually decide to purchase it. With a sticky add to cart, it makes it easy for them to add it to the cart and get through the funnel. That's the basics, and that's all you need, really. With problem solving products. Like if you were to have a product that solved a problem, say like a skincare product or a hair product, you would want like before and after photos, a section like that. Yeah, maybe some more in-depth details on the product. But for something like this, you just want to keep it as brief as possible. I'm gonna build this out real quick and get back to you guys, show you exactly what I've come up with. So here's exactly what I've come up with. Same name as before, reviews are the same. Pretty much all of this is the same. Did an example of the sort of thing I'd have here. Literally just got ChatGPT to cook this up real quick. It's that simple. And then just tailor it for your business. Only thing I change here is the shipping time. Other than that, perfect. I've had a bit of a around with the theme settings here, made it look a bit nicer, made the transition between the product section and the info section a bit cleaner. I would also maybe add a ticker here, maybe even literally just repeat what this one said up top and just have it here. But yeah, the It Girl jeans, breakdown of the product, exactly what it is, why you would wear it, etc. And then your exclusive offer. For a limited time only, get your pair for 50% off. You gotta make sure to incorporate enough urgency and pretty much FOMO the customer a bit. So I've said that get your pair for 50% off. This deal only lasts while stock does, so get in fast before they disappear forever. It's the little subtle things like this that are gonna subconsciously urge someone to, add it to their cart or check out or get further down the funnel, and it's gonna make it harder for them to say no. And then yeah, just like I said, I did exactly what I said I was gonna do with the testimonials. One, about the quality. Think about the kind of questions that you would have about the product, the kind of concerns you would have, and answer them. Make them sound authentic. I didn't put an author name for these two, but I lay them out like this. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. That is literally the entire landing page. There is absolutely no need to overcomplicate it. There's no super crazy secrets. Just make it look professional. Give them exactly what they need. Now that the store and the landing page is all created and ready to go, we are just missing some eyeballs on this product to really get it printing. For that, we're gonna have to run some ads. So I'm gonna show you exactly how we're gonna do that. What ads work in 2025? Well, spoiler alert, it's ones that don't look like ads. People are about 700 million times more likely to trust like a random consumer, even if they don't know them, don't know of them, never seen them before. They are way more likely to trust another person than a brand they don't know. So you have to make your ads look as authentic and as organic, I guess, as possible. For this, we use a lot of UGC, user-generated content. A video, for example, of a random chick on TikTok wearing these jeans, for example, and then you just take that content and tailor it towards your offer. These are super easy to make. I see so many people who seem to think this is like crazy difficult and the hardest part of dropshipping. It's probably the easiest to wrap your head around in terms of the creation of the ads. It doesn't need to be anything super complicated. I literally do 99% of my ads in like CapCut and Canva. It's that simple. Developing the angles for your ads is where it starts to get a bit more technical and a bit more thought-inducing. You have to come up with an angle that is gonna make them stand out. And when you start scaling or you wanna start like mass testing creatives to begin scaling, it's good to split test angles. For this product, you might have one about how many compliments you got from wearing the crystal jeans. Another angle might be how flattering you look, like how good the fit is, how flattering how much confidence you have in wearing these jeans. Another angle might be that these are the only pair of jeans you need for winter, or something like that. Then you have a big question. Do you want to run TikTok or Facebook ads? TikTok is probably more beginner friendly. You are gonna be able to, in my opinion, navigate it easier. And because a lot of people starting e-commerce are like my age, right? And the kind of people my age do a shit ton of scrolling on apps like TikTok, more so than they would on like Facebook. So your brain is far more used to the content on TikTok, and you're gonna have a better understanding of what you sort of like, what people our age, your target demographic on TikTok is gonna be interested in. So that's a great place to start. It's also a bit cheaper to test products on TikTok than it is with Facebook. It's probably gonna cost you about $20 to $30 to test a product on TikTok ads. On Facebook, it's gonna cost you about $50 to do a day one test for for a product. However, the quality of these tests on Facebook is a lot higher. There is a lot more spending power available on Facebook and Instagram than there is for TikTok because, well, I guess the demographic's just completely different, right? You got like a bunch of like mums and like dads and uncles on Facebook, whereas with TikTok, you got a bunch of people my age, and even like substantially younger. 13 and up, really, 13 to like my age. It's like the peak, it's like the core TikTok audience. And a lot of those people just don't have as much spare money as the people on Facebook do. Facebook is obviously, because I'm not in the demographic that you'd be targeting on Facebook, it's harder to get a grasp on, it's harder to find winning products for, in my opinion. So what I would recommend for beginners without a lot of capital, you could start doing meta with like $500, like very easily start doing meta with like $500. But you could start TikTok with like $100 or $200. So if you don't have that $500 to $1,000 to start, I definitely recommend going for TikTok, building up your capital with TikTok, and then giving Facebook a crack, because there is so much more longevity in Facebook ads. Products and ideas last for months on Facebook. You can run a product on Facebook for hell, even years, if you have enough creative content and you keep pumping creatives, keep rejuvenating the products with different offers and different angles, etc. Where TikTok, your product's gonna die in a few weeks, because there is a bunch of people on the app, but not a bunch of spending power. I'm gonna show you the exact modifications I would make to the content we've found for those jeans in order to make high converting ads. Here are the two creative concepts I came up with. Pretty simple, just some user content of the product. I'm obsessed with these $29 jeans. Shows the whole product, shows your upfront without like jamming it in your face and seeming scammy. And then the second one, same thing, UGC, user generated content. This one's even simpler. Someone in the target demographic wearing the product, showing the whole product, showing your upfront in a non-scammy way, in a way that's trustworthy, and that's literally it. Now, it's all well and good to follow just those exact 3 steps, follow that blueprint, but all beginners make the same mistakes. I made them too, it's just part of it. Here are some of the mistakes you'll end up making if you don't listen carefully and apply the solution. Bad products, it happens, right? Everyone has bad products. I have bad products all the time, it happens. But the biggest thing I see is people dwelling on them, getting caught up in them, getting like emotionally attached to a product they're testing, and spending a bunch of money and just losing on a product and not being able to just move on. You have to be prepared. You have to be emotionless about the products you select and emotionless about how they perform. They perform great, awesome. Let's try and scale it, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. They perform shit, cool. Can I change anything to make it better? Not really. Cut, move on. It's over. It didn't work, and that's okay. Don't hyperfixate on specific products if they aren't winners. It happens, bro. Not everything works, but yeah, getting emotionally attached to a product, emotionally invested in a product winning, that is also the biggest way to overspend on ads without any purpose. Be very meticulous on how you spend your money when you're starting. Say you can only afford to test 2 products a week. Make sure you do those tests with the utmost quality, the best way you possibly can. Make a list of things you want your product to have, you think your product needs, your landing page, your website, and just test with the utmost quality. Overspending on ads happens, and failed product tests happen all the time when it is not done with quality. There's stuff missing, and it can be the smallest things, right? It can be your shipping markets are not set up correctly. You wanted to test a product in Canada for the first time, but you forgot to set shipping rates for Canada. So now people get to your checkout and can't check out because there's no shipping options. Or you accidentally set the shipping as free, so you're accidentally running unprofitably. All these little things people miss when they're not testing with quality. Just be super thorough with everything you do. You'll end up saving yourself so much hassle, so much money, and so much time by just doing everything with quality. Another thing you don't want to do, and I highly just don't do it, is ripping competitors exactly. If you run a product, like if I was to run those jeans, right? Take their content, put it on my website, make an identical website, run the exact ads they ran, and ran it on the same markets they ran it on, like ripping them exactly, it will fail. It will 100% fail. Their budgets are gonna be 20 times higher than ours. TikTok is gonna not, like TikTokers and Meta are very smart. The algorithms are smart. They know if you're ripping someone's content. They know the metadata of every single ad that gets posted. They know if you are using someone else's content. They will give you shit metrics to reflect this. It will never work. It is fine if you want to take that product to a different region, or you want to take it from TikTok to Meta, that's fine. But ripping someone exactly it's so stupid, and it never ever works. I can't think of one single time where I've seen someone rip someone directly and make money with it, because the person you're ripping is gonna scale until there's no market share left, right? So you are gonna get a tiny piece of the pie, especially if they're already well and truly scaling by the time you rip them. And B, because you're gonna get shit metrics, because these algorithms know you're ripping someone exactly. Other things to avoid, I would personally turn PayPal off. It sucks. They hold all your money. They can wait like 120 to 180 days on pretty much every order before they pay you out, which you can't do as a beginner. You don't have that sort of capital to tank that for 4 or 5 months. Turn that shit off. It sucks. You do not need PayPal unless you're running in like Germany, France, some other European countries. You don't need PayPal. No one else cares. People are happy with ShopPay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Afterpay, all the things that come with Shopify payments, people are happy with. You may still have issues with Shopify payments, but you're gonna have way less of them, and they're gonna be far easier to resolve than with PayPal. Another thing is that this is a business. This is learning an entire new skill. You are learning so much. This is not a tiny concept. It is a big step. It is a big learning curve to start dropshipping, especially to start dropshipping profitably. This is not something you can learn with 2 product tests. I didn't have a crazy amount of guidance or sort of outside help. With good guidance or mentorship, it might take you like 10 products, shit, maybe even 5. Some people get lucky and start winning by their 3rd product, but please do not think you're gonna chuck ads up for your first product and be a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. Even if you absorb all of the content you possibly can online, you are never gonna know enough as a beginner to instantly start making money. There is so much to learn. Please be patient. You will eventually win if you stay course. The only way to guarantee you fail with dropshipping is quitting. The amount of people I know that are just like absolute idiots, that they've been doing it for months or even years and they still suck, and eventually one day they get lucky and they make a crazy amount of money is absurd. I've seen it happen so many times. Just stay course, it will eventually work. So long as you are testing with quality, self-reflecting, but not dwelling, there's a fine line. Self-reflecting on how you're doing, learning from mistakes, you will eventually win with dropshipping. It's inevitable if you just stay course. The skills you will learn from e-commerce as well, I mean, they're gonna just translate to so much career-wise moving forward as the world, slowly moves online. You're gonna learn so much: marketing, sales, website development, ad creation. There's so much to it, but these are all invaluable skills regardless. Sweet, I hope you guys found this video helpful. You'll never see me selling a $497 course, pushing some bullshit that I don't actually do. This is my job. To clarify, it's what I do for a living. I'm not just talking about dropshipping to sell you a course. I am dropshipping, making good money, and teaching exactly what I learn, hopefully so that you guys can avoid the mistakes I've made and fast track you to where I am now. If you got value from this video, all I ask is that you do drop a like, hit subscribe, and check out this video right here. YouTube thinks it's perfect for you.